So I bring you all solidarity from Deepak today. We fully support action against empty homes. Housing is a basic human need, and yet hundreds of thousands of people are homeless in this, the sixth richest country in the world. Figures from 2020 showed 25,000 homes in London being left unoccupied, the highest number since 2012. But at the same time, there were 56,000 London families reliant on temporary accommodations between April and June of 2019. Many disabled people who do have a roof over their heads are, however, living in unsuitable accommodation due to the chronic shortage of accessible properties. And that's why there were disabled people housed on the top floors of Grenfell with no way to escape in case of fire, and thereby effectively condemned to death. One of the victims to die in this horrific way, Sakina Afrasiabi, had been placed near the top of the 24-storey block by Kensington and Chelsea Council, and they threatened to remove her from the council housing list if she'd refused that offer. According to government figures from 2016, there were 365,000 disabled people in England with unmet housing needs, and the average waiting time to be housed in accessible accommodation over 2 years. In one case heard by the Equality and Human Rights Commission, it was actually 20 years. When journalist Frances Ryan started talking to disabled people for her book, Crippled, about their housing needs, she came across examples such as a wheelchair user washing in a paddling pool in his kitchen with a hose because he couldn't use his bathroom, a mother falling down concrete steps carrying her son's wheelchair, a young woman forced to use a commode in her living room because the bathroom was upstairs. In 2015 to 16, 49% of households in the social housing sector had at least one disabled member. Yet when the government's green paper on social housing came out, it basically omitted any mention of disability and access at all. And we know that this government won't do anything to help us. They're not going to do anything to increase availability of accessible housing. They won't do anything about evictions. They won't do anything about empty homes because they're happy for landlords to profit while the most disadvantaged in society struggle and suffer, unless, as Tanya said, we force them to. A few weeks ago, before the news about the passing of the royally scrounging Duke of Edinburgh, an issue came up to do with housing, and one DPAC member had tweeted, "Let's take Buckingham Palace. Surely Philip can't do stairs anymore, so they must have made it accessible in there. There's plenty of room for disabled people in there." And that brought a smile to my face, but the DPAC member was right, that we need action over empty homes, and we need it now. Thank you.